Hello, everyone, and welcome to another session of live here at World Wheelchair Warriors. I am home. I hope you will um, consider stopping by and sharing what you are doing right now for the holidays. I have been making a list of things and topics for the rest of the holidays, and if you would like to let me know in terms of um, what what topics you would like to hear about, know about, share about. So, and there's a lot of topics on wheelchairs, and as you know, I do it a little different. There are people who have the ability to travel and do a whole bunch of crazy things. I don't have that ability, so I will be traveling in April, and my family wants to see me, so that's all set up, and all of you will be coming with me. I will try my best to film and take pictures and talk about what it's like to be on the other side of the border of our northern neighbor. So should be fun. I've been there before. I drove there with my older brother. It was just a very long drive. So this time my little brother wants me to fly, and he had a lot of extra points. So he got everything set up, and he just sent me a message and said, "You're coming." So it wasn't like, "Do you want to come?" It was like, "You are coming." So I was like, "Okay." So and this gives me, an opportunity to get out and share something with all of you in terms of my experiences of traveling. I am not taking my wheelchair. I will not put my wheelchair in the hands of the airlines, uh, because it's just no. So I will not. So, yeah, I will just go French, Dutch, Canadian without my wheelchair. My brother will be renting a wheelchair for me on the other side of the border. And so I will do it safely that way, because the airlines still has not prepared uh, well for us to travel and to promise that they won't break our wheelchair. So, and I can't afford my wheelchair to be destroyed. So, no can do. So, for this trip, I will not be using my wheelchair. I will just use the wheelchairs at the airport, and my brother will have one on the other side. And so we'll see how that goes. Um, because just I just can't afford to be without. Um, so we'll see how the trip goes. I don't know exactly what he rented, but I'll check in with him as we get closer to the date in April. So it'll be fun. I will be there for the solar eclipse. So that will be very cool to watch. Um, I know that we will see how it goes. I haven't traveled in a while, so this will be an adventure. So I was just wondering how all of you are doing. I'm hoping that I set up this correctly, but I think it all looks good. And I will hopefully see you all soon here in the chat. So, so let's see what else. Holidays, as you know, I almost got run over. So I got a flag now. So on the back of my wheelchair, I have a kind of like a telescope type bar that's on the back, that's clipped on the back of my wheelchair, and then I have a flag that came with it, and I'll show you the flag. So there's the flag, and I can tie it on to the pole. I'm just having it lay flat, and it's a plastic type material, so even if it rained, it's good to go. So that's good, and I can purchase other flags and tie them onto the pole, so that's good. And I don't have to take the pole off and put it back on. It just it's a telescope type, so that's a big relief. So that'll be cool. I'll talk a little bit more about that, the different types on for Friday. For Friday. So for Wheelchair Tech Friday, we'll talk about the importance of being visible when on the streets, sidewalks, parking lots. So you stay in one piece. No, truly, the person at fault was the truck. If he had hit me, I would have probably not recovered. It would have been a disaster. So, but he just pulled out very, very fast, um, faster than what you should in a parking lot. You know, I think all of us, we know that when you're driving in a parking lot, the importance is to drive slowly. You know, it's not a highway, it's not a freeway, and you just go slowly. Not only because I'm there, but because there's a lot of people with canes and walkers or people who just can't walk fast, and you could hit one of them or all of them. So hopefully this person, I don't know if he ever saw me. I really don't. I just pulled over as fast as I could and out of the way, and I just let him go because I was like, I'm not arguing with a Tahoe. So I'm just not going there. So I just let him go. I haven't done the whole bulletin thing to put a message in there, but I should. I should, so that not only myself but everyone else is safe or safer from the crazy drivers during the holidays or any time during the year. So I just sometimes I just can't imagine what a mess it would have been if he had hit me. So he would have never known. Absolutely would have never known. So what else? Um, I'm not doing much these days other than keeping up the videos. There are. Whoop, we froze a little bit there. Okay, we're back. So whoops. All right, so we have a little freeze up here. So and that could happen. So um, but yeah, I'm just keeping up with the videos and just relaxing and making sure that I'm up to date and I have sufficient topics. And as there's a lot of topics on my channel. And what I do sometimes is I go way down to the beginning of my channel and I pull up, some videos that I did at the beginning that weren't the greatest, and so I do the topic over again with some more finesse and just try to clean it up. So and some of those videos are very popular. I know the ones that I did on, what was it? The do 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 the disabled parking tags. Those were very popular. I'm not sure why, but they are. And they're probably be what we call evergreen. The people will always be clicking on them, and that's okay. Um, so in the evergreen, I don't know. It's just curiosity, maybe. I don't know, from others to know about handicap parking tags and how you get them and why you would get them and how to use them. And I think the importance for me is how to use them because um, it's really important for people to use them the right way and not the wrong way. Because if you use them the wrong way and you get caught, That could be a really expensive endeavor. So, I truly, I think that test something. I was just testing my microphone here. So parking tags, there I should write some like protocols for handicap parking tags. I wrote a general protocol for wheelchair use, for the user and for the non-users. But it got a lot of hits, but people really weren't going through it much. So I don't know. Maybe I need to improve that. And we'll see how I need to do that one. Let's see. Um, so yeah, the handicap parking stuff. I'll look at those and see if anything needs to be brushed up. And I could do a handicap parking tag protocols. I think that might be helpful because I just did generic protocols. Um, and I'll go at the beginning. I'll go way at the beginning of my channel and see what I can pull up and refresh. Because at the beginning, like everybody else, I wasn't doing great with the videos. I was just learning on how to, and they're a little bumpy, I would say, and need some brushing up. So I'll do that. The topics were good. It was just me just starting, the videos. This channel, for your information, is just for education, for support, that kind of thing. Because um, the issue is that I'm disabled, and I am in a community which I receive assistance. So it's not like I can, say this is the way I go to lunch, or this is the way I go to Disney, or this is the way I go into no can do. So I just do simple videos, educational, informational. Always look in the description box because that's where I have a lot of links where you can read up on a topic, you know, or look at another video that might not be mine. But I'm just going to flip over here. No, I don't think I want to flip. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I want to stay here. Right. So you might see the screen be a little jerky, and that has to do in the morning when everybody's on. So yeah, just join us, um, and share. Yeah, just okay. All right. So I'm just wondering what kind of topics you all would appreciate, and during this season, I try to think of, Christmas, try to think of the New Year's, you know. A lot of people talk about goals, and of course, we also, for the beginning of the year, maybe you don't want to set up some goals. You just want to skip that whole thing of goals. But it is the beginning of the year. It is the beginning of um, insurance and stuff like that. And there's stuff that I could bring up about Medicare and Medigap and all those other insurance companies that are popping up. There's a lot of competition, so um, just be careful what you choose, and make sure you're up to date with insurance companies. So, um, yeah, think twice before you click and sign for yes commitment. Um, and think about, if you are due and you're up to date, in terms of, yes, I'm in my fifth year, and yes, I would like to upgrade my wheelchair. You might want to wait until you fill up that. I think you have to by rule. You have to be close, or you have to meet your deductible. before you jump in on getting a new wheelchair. Most companies here in the United States, I don't know about other countries. I don't know if there's insurance that you have, but um, here in the United States, for the most part, you have to wait 5 to 7 years to be able to get a new wheelchair. So you have to check with your insurance if you have an emergency with your wheelchair, and it's going to be very expensive to repair it. That's when you need to consult with your therapist and see what needs to be done. When I worked for an insurance company. We took care of all those who were on Title 19 on Medicaid, and I'm gonna switch over here because I have somebody buzzing me. So let's see what's going on here. No, nothing crucial. The world is not ending. So I'm gonna switch back. Oh, so that's okay. Hang in there. I'll get back to you. I'm right here. So, yeah, this is an experiment. So, I'm directly on YouTube. I'm doing the YouTube live, and that could be, a little bit of an issue because sometimes it will cut in and out. I think it's the Google Chrome that cuts in and out. So, and it's not like I have a ton of things open either. So, I'll just keep on talking here. Hopefully, it's going through in terms of sound. I can hear myself over here. So, um, but yeah, the insurance companies, there was a lot of clicks on Medicare. I did a video on in regards to when they accepted and said yes to the elevating type wheelchairs. And that's one thing that I hope that I would get when I get to the 5 years, because it's very difficult for me to get on my bed. I've realized I've tested and tested over and over again trying to get on my bed, and it just, excuse me, it just causes me a lot of pain in my right leg and in my lower back. So I'm not sure what to do with that. I've used all the tricks in the trade that I know, and it still causes a lot of pain. And I don't know about you, but the elevating type wheelchair hopefully will save me a billion of moments of pain. So we'll see. We'll see what happens when I get to the fifth year and see if the insurance company allows it, and we'll go for it. I've been thinking of the Strata through Quantum. It seems adequate for me, but by the time I reach the fifth year, wheelchairs might have changed a billion times over. So who knows? Who knows if I will if the Strata will still exist, or they will have, you know, uh, done over, and changed wheelchairs a bazillion times over. So um, yeah. So, because every year they're making new wheelchairs, new designs, new ideas, and they're getting better and better in my mind. Um, some of them might be a bit of a flop, but I think the industry itself, are sharing designs with one another, and a company all of a sudden has a new idea, a different idea, and so that company ends up, you know, um, taking that design and improving it, and then the next company takes it and improves it. So, we're up there with very cool power wheelchairs. I don't know about manual wheelchairs. I think they're a little static, and stagnant in terms of their design, and what's going on with manual wheelchairs. They still haven't come out with something that I would say, "Oh, wow, that's very cool." Hands On Concepts is a company that I know that experiments a lot, And I think they've come out with some very cool ideas. And that's what we need from companies these days. We need them to really experiment and oops and improve. I'm kind of static again, but I'm going to keep on talking here to see if I come back. So I'm sure StreamYard will probably be more helpful the next time. But so don't worry, I'm here. I will come back soon. It just says Google Chrome not responding. So thank you, Google, for not helping me. So we'll see what happens. But but yeah, I think the Strata or the Strato, no, I think it's Strata from Quantum is one that I would like to look at because it's got the higher tires that Quantum has the higher tires that I'm interested in, and they also have the elevating portion. They have the tilt. I'm not looking for the lying back completely. I don't think I need that, but um, doing the tilt might help if I'm at an appointment and I have to wait a long time. So that would be helpful. Although usually they take me in on time, so that's not an issue. But if you're looking at companies and you're looking at quality power wheelchairs and you're like, where do I go? In the United States, and these companies are international, and there are other companies international that do power wheelchairs, and it's important for you to look at those companies. Which companies stand out the most, and just look at their backgrounds before you invest. Because when you purchase something, anything, I don't care what it is, even a pen, look at that company, who stands out in terms of pens or power wheelchairs or manual wheelchairs. What is their reputation? If you purchase this wheelchair, where they're going to help you, are they going to help you down the road? If something happens or if you need to repair something, wheels or something, what is their cost for repairs? What is their cost for parts like wheels? Or what is their cost for repairing a joystick? What is their cost for, getting a cushion that fits your wheelchair? So it's some of that and it's all of that that you need, as I say, that you need to look in. You're investing and committing to that company. And I went with Pride Mobility, and Pride also owns Quantum. Quantum and Pride are the same company. It's just Pride is the overall name of the company. And Quantum is their complex power wheelchair department, per se. So you might say complex power wheelchairs. What are you talking about, Lisa? So this is the world of power wheelchairs that you have simple or regular power wheelchairs, and then you have complex power wheelchairs. And the complex power wheelchairs are for those who really have high levels of pain or have chronic uh, really high, disabilities in terms of arms and legs or, really serious mobility issues that will advance or that they need a specific accommodation in that power wheelchair. So complex power wheelchairs is usually what a therapist would choose for them. Now, this wheelchair that I have is a simple power wheelchair. It doesn't have anything special on it. Um, but, as the years go by, my pain is going to increase. And there were some things that I really wanted on my power wheelchair that, how was I supposed to know? But it's not a bad wheelchair. I've gotten around. It served me well. I've just had to increase the thickness of my cushion. So I renewed my cushions, and so now I went from 1.5 inches to 2 inches because really, my tailbone is hypersensitive. And so when I'm in bands and they hit a pothole, I can't tell you how much that hurts. My hope was to get a headrest that would help me rest my head because I have dystonia, and you'll see a little bit of a jerking, and that's a dystonia. And if I had a headrest that I could move forward and relax these muscles during the day, that would be great. But since I don't have that, then I have to be strong and you know keep my head up all day, and so at night, I'm like, "Oh, I can't do it anymore." So so anyway, um, here we are. Um, so y so that's what needs to be measured, but the therapist you're working with or the doctor you're working with in therapy, they will say simple power wheelchair or complex power wheelchair. Now it doesn't mean that you absolutely have to go with the simple power wheelchair. You can say, no, these are the things that I really want, that I really need, and I really want to go over this side for more things that I feel like I need. So it doesn't mean you have to stay over here with the simple power wheelchairs. It is also your choice. I mean, my therapist, the first question out of her mouth was, "Do you have a power wheelchair in mind?" And I had no idea at all. So so I said, "No, I'll just leave it up to you to choose because I don't know." So we got one, and it was fine. I can work with this one, and it's a good first power wheelchair, so I can get used to the driving, so I can learn about it, learn about the company, learn, how this power wheelchair benefits me, and so next time when we go through the evaluation, she can ask me, "Okay, we got this power wheelchair. How did it serve you? How do you use it? Um, how does it help you? What kind of things would you improve? What kind of things would you leave the same?" So that's going to enter into the assessment. She knows me quite well. So um, she's been working with me for a couple of years now. Um, so now I know. I know my habits, my bad habits. I know my pain areas and what's happening to them. So I have more knowledge now. So I know some of you have some new power wheelchairs, and that's really cool. And it's always good for you all to report back and tell us, what's helpful, what's what would you have done differently, or what do you feel that you need, that you feel like you would like to go back to the therapist and say, "Hey, can we do this to my power wheelchair? Can we do that?" I'm starting to use oxygen, so can we put a oxygen, support back behind my wheelchair? So all of that can be done. To these power wheelchairs today, there's so much that can be added and so much that can be taken off. It's crazy. But the complex power wheelchairs a lot of times come with that already. So, so the complex power wheelchairs are complex, period. They have a lot to them. So, yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting a little bit of an upgrade, and hopefully, that elevation is what I really need to be able to get on my bed without causing myself humongous pain. So we'll see. I just have to be patient. And for right now, I sleep over there in my recliner. So that's what I use over there, and I don't have as much pain, and I sleep pretty well. Some nights I can't sleep very well, um, but for the most part, I do, and I don't cause myself the humongous pain that I do over there. So, not fun. It's just, you know, what it is. It is what it is. So, um, so getting back to the holidays, what are you all gonna do? Or is family gonna come over to you? are you going over to see your family? I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right here at my center here, and I'll be sharing with my roommates. Christmas. We get a lot of support and visits and family, and so it's kind of fun to share with other people um, during the holidays, and it's awesome. So it's different, and I'll have my chance. I'm sure I'll visit with family online, and we'll have some fun that way. And a lot of goodies come our way too, just because we are assisted living. So a lot of people get us, little goodies here and there, and they bring us. We do kind of a potluck, so a lot of people, bring in their turkeys and their hams and their desserts. So it's really awesome, good food. So, and I always pray that other people who don't have what I have, will be supported during the holidays, and you know, they have a place to clean their wheelchairs, get repairs. Um, for people who are out there, have a place to plug in their power wheelchairs. I can't imagine what it's like to be homeless and to have a power wheelchair and not be able to plug it in anywhere. So, yeah, I don't know what that would be like, but um, that's tough. So let's keep in mind those folks. If you have a chance to support someone who uses a power wheelchair and is homeless or partially homeless, uh, help them out. See what you can do for them for the holidays. Um, let's see what else. Uh, for the new year, I was talking about insurance. Yeah, just be careful with insurance. Uh, the Medicare Advantage programs seem to be going down the toilet, so be careful with all of them. Uh, they had some dealings, wheelings and dealings underneath the table, so we'll see what Congress does with those, or what your state does with these odd programs. I am not participating in any of the Medicare Advantage programs. Um, I think that they were, I don't know, there was just a lot of wheeling and dealing. I don't want to give them a bad reputation, but at the same time, they need to be honest in terms of the money that was going underneath the table or over the table without us being able to see it. So, and a lot of hospitals right now and clinics are dropping the Medicare Advantage program. So I would stay with regular Medicare if I were you. If you're switching over, just regular Medicare. Just be careful. If you have a Medicare Advantage program that's honest, that's not doing weird stuff, that covers what they're supposed to cover, and they're following all the rules and regulations, then okay, just stay where you are. But they have done some really weird stuff, and I don't know what their issue is. But for all of you out there, for while you're signing up, be careful with the Medicare Advantage programs. So just read up on it. Don't trust me. Read up on it. Check things out to see what Congress is doing with the Medicare Advantage programs and what they have found out, and where they're going with all that. If you're teeter-tottering and you're really insecure with your Medicare Advantage, or you've had nothing but trouble, just go back to Medicare, regular Medicare. And if you need to grab Medicaid or um, go on the marketplace and grab an insurance, it'll cover and grab the other 20% that needs to be covered. So there are some programs out there that will assist you. So stay clear of the Medicare Advantage programs if you're insecure or your Medicare Advantage program is in disarray, then just walk away quietly. So walk away quietly and grab Medicare and private insurance. some private insurance are pretty good, they're just, $9 a month or $20 a month, and they can help you a lot in terms of covering that other 20%. So those were, I think, some important words. You know, the legality of it is gotten really messy, and that's really sad because you're there to serve. I worked with an insurance company, and our instructions from the state were cover all the people of Title 19 or this amount of people with Title 19, and that's what we did. As a social worker, I would go out in the streets and look for the people who were not getting services or were too ill to be able to understand, that they needed to go to the doctor and they needed to get, back into a home, a safe place to live. So we would scoop them up and try to help them get stable, whether getting into a rental or getting into a group home or getting into, we would do all the basics and get some good food into them and get them back into seeing a doctor and getting the medications they needed and all that kind of stuff and getting them straightened out. So that's what I did. In my last 3 years as a social worker, I enjoyed the work. It was intense sometimes because the person was very, very disabled, and they were out on the streets with no help whatsoever. They didn't know what was up or what was down. So, sometimes I had to pull the state in and say, "Hey, this person, cannot function, and, they need more help than we can provide." So then they would, put them on long-term care, get them into, nursing home or group home or assisted living, whatever was required. So, we just can't have that in our cities or in our states, our countries. We just can't abandon the poor. We cannot abandon people in wheelchairs out there in the street. We must not do that. We must develop programs. We must develop housing for them. We must. It is, it is what we're called to do. Um, and for so many years, I was out on the streets helping those who uh, could not, you know, could not do, you know, for themselves. So I would bring in, every ounce I had to bring in resources for them. It's not right. It's not right. So so anything we can do these holidays or year round, just doesn't have to be the holidays, but year round, figure out, what can I do? How can I support, people in wheelchairs, people who need a wheelchair and don't have one. There are organizations around the world that, and I've posted those links quite a few times, um, so people can report, I know this person, they're bedridden, but they could use a wheelchair, so, those organizations will jump in and get that person on a better start. I'm going to touch a topic here. I know the holidays are difficult. The other day, we're not sure what happened, but someone, a very young guy, drove himself into a ice cream stand, and he has passed away. But if you are on your own, you're in a wheelchair, you don't have family, you don't have friends, and you're alone, and you have thoughts that your life is not worth it. Oh, hold on. My computer is getting a little hot here. Hold on. Sorry there. I have a little fan and I should turn it on every day, but I forgot. And, the computer starts to get really hot. So there, the fan is on. But if, as I was saying, if you are lonely and you feel that, things really, really suck and you're in that dark space, reach out to someone. There are special numbers here in the United States. Let me bring it up here. Let me see if I can share my screen. It's kind of slow, folks, but let me get there. Yeah, Google is freaking out on me. But that's okay, Google. You can freak out. There is a special number, folks, for those who feel suicidal this year for whatever reasons, whether it's for medical reasons or emotional reasons or both. Uh, there are some special numbers you can reach out to. Here in the state of Wisconsin, listen up. We have a system that is 211. If you are just desperate, you're in a wheelchair, it doesn't matter if you're in a wheelchair or not. Um, but if you have extraordinary needs, call 211. You have to get in line, and they will assign someone to help you through getting settled in a home or a shelter. There we go. There's the number. So for the United States, the suicide hotline is 988. Again, that number is 988. You can call, you can chat, or you can go to the official website. So that is 988. If you are desperate and need assistance, please call 988. If you have other desperate needs, such as wheelchair needs, or you have other situations in your home that you desperately need assistance with, call 211 and they will help direct you to get a voucher for something. If you need a bed, if you need a refrigerator, if you need, some desperate fix on your wheelchair, they will have some suggestions for you. Um, and I have posted in the past some links, and for the holidays, that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm gonna kind of grab those links for international links for wheelchair needs and uh, you know, local links where you can go and ask for help for a wheelchair. For those of you who are desperate and need a ramp, there are organizations throughout the United States that assist with ramps. If you have a ramp that's falling apart, if you just don't have a ramp in XYZ part of the house and you need to fix that as soon as possible, there's links for that. Um, let's see. So internationally, I'm not sure, but you can look it up for your own country, your own region, your own province, your own county, if there are any organizations that will assist you with a ramp, either inside the home or outside of the home. Because sometimes homes are built, with levels or one step that you have to get up to the kitchen or go down to a area. Living room, sometimes they put it in a lower area. I have no idea why. It was just the style back then. But if you need a ramp for that, then also that is fixable. It's not impossible, it's fixable. So also just know that if you are feeling down in the dumps and you just don't know where to go, reach out to anybody, you know, talk it out, work it out. But if you don't have anybody to reach out to, then dial 988. Here in the United States, it's 988. For let me see if I can get Canada here. Just hold on. Let's see here. And in the state of Wisconsin, if you have grave needs, please call 211 and they will put you in line to get the appropriate services. Nothing is impossible. Nothing. Okay, come on. It's really so slow here in terms of internet. I'm still on. Oh, okay. Cursor is. There we go. All right, so I'm looking for suicide hotline for Canada, for our neighbors in Canada. This is really important because if you live with pain, it's not appropriately treated. Um, if you live with a chronic condition and you're short of meds or something's going on there, you don't have the appropriate treatment for what's going on, that's really important to turn that around. And I want you to use the ER if something breaks down, and you just don't have the needed resources, please go to the ER, especially because we don't want you with urinary infections. We don't want you with pain that's out of control. We want you to be treated like a decent human being. So I'm just waiting for suicide hotline for Canada. Not going yet. It's fighting me, and that's okay. We shall not give up. There we go. It's looking for it now. So for our neighbors in Canada, I know we have people here from England as well, from Great Britain. It comes online, so welcome to Great Britain. And Australia sometimes, and India. We have people from India who come on our channel. So that's awesome. Welcome, India. It still is not bringing up. There's a different link. British Columbia, no. Yeah, it's not easy to find these hotlines, so let me just try this again. And again, the first step is always, I think I got something here. We want everybody to be safe. We want everybody to have a roof over their heads and to be able to have some ham or turkey for the holidays. But, it's not just about the holidays. You don't want a temporary fix and have to refix it after the holidays. It's telling you to wait. It's looking like, okay, yeah, if you're in immediate danger, call 911. If you or someone you know is thinking about suicide, call or text 988 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So that is the same number we use here in the United States. So Hope for Wellness helpline is 1-855-242-3310. That number again for Canada government, 1-855-242-3310. And you really want to do this way before the holiday itself. You really want to prepare yourself and do it way before the holidays, because sometimes on the holidays it gets crazy for us. I'm already retired, um, but yeah, and I don't want anyone out in that situation. It could be online with us if so they have a 988. Canada launches a new suicide crisis helpline. So this was just launched in November 30th of 2023. So it's pretty new. It's pretty new. And that's good. So that people can call and get the help they need. You don't want to get to that desperate situation in which you don't want to get to that edge. You know what I mean? So 988, just remember that number. So that is good. It's awesome. And get the services you need now. So 988 for your Canadian people in crisis. I don't know what it would be for India. We might have to wait. In the holidays it gets pretty busy, but which is unfortunate. Let me see, India. Oh, there's a video there. See? So there you go, Canada. You do have some help there, and please use it. 988 988. So, or reach out to someone who you trust and you want to just be heard, because sometimes it's about that, just to be heard. So here in the state of Wisconsin, and other states also have 211 services in which you're not suicidal, but you are in crisis with housing, you're in crisis with, things that you need in your home. So you can call 211 and ask for the needed items that you need in your home. If you have trouble with your electrical services or your utilities in any way, also call 211. Even if you're in debt, I don't care if you're in debt or you are going to be in debt with your utilities, please call 211 and they will help you arrange or, get this situation resolved so you don't have to really drown in that situation. If you need a bed, you've been sleeping on the floor, please also call 211. Also, if you are having trouble with heat or in your home or having trouble with a refrigerator needs, please also call 211. That is what 211 is for. It is up and running for many states here in the U.S. So for India, Australia, for England, you probably also have a line that is helpful for those particular items. It is amazing that people around the world are very generous and work very well to assist people in crisis, and they have items available for you, and they're just sitting in a garage where they could be, in your garage, so, or in your home. So do reach out because people do have and do know about resources. So find a social worker. Find a social worker anywhere. I don't care. And see if they can help you get the proper numbers you need to get what you need in your home or housing or, whatever it might be. If you're, again, as a wheelchair user, if your pain is not under control and you've been to the doctor, you might have to change doctors. I've been in high pain, and now, I'm on the medication that I need, and it's calm, and so I can focus and do what I need. So that's really important, the basics, and it's not just because it's the holidays. It is important to not be bummed out for the holidays, not to be bummed out. It is important to be at peace with what you have or you don't have, but also as a goal to figure out and fix the situation now so it doesn't go over your head, so you don't get overwhelmed. As a wheelchair user, you already have the mobility issues. Let's not add more to the situation. So tackle it now, whether it's behavioral health, homelessness, lack of heat, lack of, utilities. Let's tackle it now. And my camera just went out. I have no idea why. There you go. I am back. So yeah, I think that, next time that we do a live stream, I will do probably StreamYard and see how it goes. Anyway, folks, we have reached the 1 hour. And nobody came today, but that's okay because I will trim this video later, and so that you can look at the live stream and also take advantage of the information that's on here. So I will also look up, crisis lines for England, for Australia, India, other countries that come on the channel so they can find the proper links to get the help they need. All right, everyone, be safe, be well, and I'll see you in the next one.